I go to the bathroom, and honestly, like, I'm sitting there, I'm holding Noelle, and I was like, something's off. And I said, Mom, can you hold the baby? She says, yes. She comes and gets her, and then I pass out. Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and you are watching Fighting for the Final Marriage. Welcome back. I am telling my story, my testimonies, lessons that I have learned over the years since we've been off of YouTube. And in this video, I want to share with you guys my birth story, my pregnancy journey, all the things. So a couple videos ago, I did go into a little bit about how I had a really hard pregnancy. I got sick, and it was just a rough time. And yes, that really is how it was. So I was already kind of feeling a little bit of sadness and depression just because of all the transitions that I was going through. And then when I found out that I was pregnant, we were shocked, and I was like, what are we gonna do? I didn't feel like I was mentally, emotionally ready for a child, but here I am, I'm pregnant and I'm sick. So I developed this condition, and I'll place it here, but I developed this condition, and basically most people will have like morning sickness or moments of morning sickness throughout the day. I had morning sickness all day, every day for like the first 3 months. And so I was in the bed probably all day. And then whenever I would eat something, it would come back up. Whenever I would drink something, even if it was just water, it would come back up. And so all day I'm throwing up, all day I'm just depleted, in the bed, not feeling well, feeling in pain. It was just not a good thing. And so of course, you know, that I'm sad, just depressed, just in the bed. My husband's working 2 jobs and trying to provide for us because I'm not working. And so I'm never seeing him. I'm home by myself for the most part. And I was just really, it was really a dark place. And so fast forwarding to like my 3rd trimester, this pain like in my stomach was occurring, like maybe like in my 2nd trimester. I would go to the ER and ask them like, am I okay? Is the baby okay? I have this pain, I don't know what this is. And they would do the ultrasounds, they would check the baby, they would do all this stuff, and they would always say that she was fine, I was fine, they didn't see anything. But I realized after the fact that I was tearing down the middle of my abs, and it's called diastasis recti. And honestly, like, all women do it when they are pregnant. Like, your body's going to expand, you're going to tear that little tissue in the middle of your abs. But there are times where like it's a more extreme tear than it should be, so like it's a wider gap than it should be. And so I was basically tearing, and my belly button was herniating, they said. So like that's what I had going on, but I really didn't realize that or learn that afterwards, because my doctors I don't know what they had going on. They didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know what was going on with me. It was just stressful. Honestly, didn't have a good pregnancy. I was really disappointed because my grandma says that she had 9 kids. She said she was living her best life when she was pregnant. That wasn't my story, it wasn't my testimony, and I didn't understand why. But and not to scare anybody who is pregnant or who wants to be pregnant, everybody, I think this is a very rare case. But honestly, like, when you are carrying purpose, whether it be in the natural sense or in the spiritual sense, like, there's going to be extreme warfare. And I knew that I was carrying somebody important, and somebody that was important to God and important to the kingdom. And even in the beginning, it was prophesied to me to just expect the warfare and the pushback. People would pray over me and would declare and stuff over me, and I just had to endure the fact that, you know, the enemy was upset that she was even being born, and was really trying to get me to agree with the idea that she wouldn't be born, or the idea that I wouldn't make it to and through birth and stuff. And so I don't know if you're pregnant or you've gone through pregnancy or you're wanting to be pregnant and stuff, but in the natural sense and the spiritual sense, if you are carrying something, if you are about to birth something, expect that pushback. Expect for the enemy to try to attack and to make you abort those things. And I guess a tactic that I would give you is to make sure you use your words verbally to speak the word. So there was one time where I was just on the couch, sick. I stopped talking for like a while. I wasn't like not talking, but like I was just depressed. And my mom would come and she would tell me, you know, you are not gonna die here. Like, you can make it through this. You have to, if you don't say anything else, declare truth over yourself. And she told me to declare the scripture, I will live and I will not die, to declare the works of the Lord. I shall live and I will not die. I will not die, but I will live to declare the works of the Lord. I had to repeat those things over myself. And honestly, sometimes there will be days where that was the only few words I would speak that day, because it was just that rough. But I believe that those things helped me to partner with truth versus the thoughts that I had of death, the thoughts that I had of tragedy or calamity, things going bad. I had to make sure that I did not partner with those ideas. I had to pull them down and speak truth over those things, along with people, you know, in my corner who were praying for me constantly and covering me with the blood. Cameron covering me and praying for me and speaking truth to me, encouraging me and stuff. And so, one, you know, if you are experiencing just like that mental warfare, those attacks and stuff, no, it's probably because you're carrying something important and you're gonna make it through. You're not gonna die here, but you have to combat those lies with the truth. And so I made it full term, thank God. I gave birth in November 8th, 2018. And going into labor and everything, that went naturally. When I got there though, I was really uneducated about just advocating for myself as a Black woman in a hospital. I didn't know a lot because I wasn't expecting to get pregnant, and then I was sick a lot of it, so I wasn't preparing as much as I knew that I could. I didn't know how to advocate for myself in the hospital room, and so they broke my water. They gave me a few different things like to expedite my labor and stuff, and I'm not sure if I just developed this because it was just me, or if maybe a mixture of me taking medicines or painkillers or whatever the case might be. Maybe it was the epidural, maybe it was whatever. But as I'm like going through labor and stuff, and my epidural is wearing off and it's about time for me to start pushing and stuff, my doctor is telling me that, or my nurse, whoever, is telling me that my blood pressure is rising. And she's like, it seems like the more pain you're in, the higher your blood pressure is getting. I'm like, are we okay? Like, what does that mean? What are you gonna do about it? Like, you know. And so, I mean, that was just like a comment she made, and I guess they kind of watched me over time. But like, I gave birth to Noel, and after that, so I'm kind of preparing to like be moved to the place where like I'll just be, you know, like you give birth in like the birthing room, and then you go to a different room to like adjust to being a mom and stuff. I was getting ready to be moved over to that room when I get into the little wheelchair and I try to go to the bathroom, and honestly, like, I'm sitting there, I'm holding Noel, and I was like, something's off. And I said, Mom, can you hold the baby? She says yes. She comes and gets her, and then I pass out. I pass out for a few seconds, and then I come back and I'm just like, yo. So they're like trying to figure out what's going on with me and stuff. And then honestly, I don't remember much after that. But then we moved to the other room, and we moved up to the room, and I'm in there, I'm fine. I think maybe this might be like later that day, or maybe even the next day. But whenever I would get up, very slowly, but like something about me getting up was just making my blood pressure, I forgot how it worked. But anyway, I got up to go to the bathroom. My nurse was with me. She helped me go to the bathroom. All I know is I was about to like wipe myself with the little spray bottle and the stuff. I get the tissue, And next thing I know, I'm on the floor and my leg is turned back. I'm on the floor. My nurse is like half holding me, half trying to pull the string in the bathroom to get help. She's calling for help. Cameron's out there scrambling because he hears the commotion to try to find out what's going on. And I just wake up and it's chaos. And I'm like, what happened? I scraped my knee. I had to get an ice pack for my knee. Basically, I had postpartum, what is it called? Postpartum preeclampsia. I mind it. Seriously. It's just a lot to handle. Like, I'm glad that, on one hand, like, I'm glad that Noel's here. Like, this should be a very exciting time. This should be whatever it should be. But I'm going through it. And Cameron's going through it. It's like he felt this weight of, one, like, probably responsibility, but then also, like, I don't know what it was, what I would call it, how I could label it, but, you know, we were not okay. I got, again, diagnosed with postpartum depression, and I was not feeling myself. I was not happy. I was crying all the time, and it was just a very dark, it was dark for a long time. And honestly will say that, like, even though I was experiencing all these things, I would literally feel the presence of God, like, close to my face. It was like he was just here. He wasn't like, he was allowing me to go through what I was going through. He was allowing me to feel what I was feeling, but he also allowed me to know that he was with me. And honestly, that's like probably the only thing that got me through, is just the realization that, like, I'm going through these things, but God is here with me, tangibly. Like, I would feel like he was sitting on my bed, or I would feel like he was sitting with me. And I thank God for just allowing me to feel him that way, because I needed that. As, you know, postpartum, as I'm dealing with all these things and taking blood pressure medicine, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take these antidepressants, nursing a new baby, still new in marriage, and all the things. I would love to have, like, this perfect strategy, or this story of, like, how I leaned on God and he pulled me through and all the things, but, like, it was literally moment by moment, step by step, day by day, where I just had to, like, turn to him, or look for him, or small prayer, worship, play a song, something, but, like, also the encouragement and the support of my husband and my mom, my family, really pulled me through. But, like, for a long time I was out for count, and I would just say, one, it was eye-opening for me to be saved and to be depressed, for me to have all these things going wrong with me, seemingly, and to believe that, like, God was with me. But I believe that God allowed me to go through those things while he was with me, for me to learn, for me to grow up and to mature in the faith, and to realize that, like, things could be going crazy, things could be, like, just not okay, but, like, God is with you. He promised us that he will always be with us until the ends of the earth. And I was able to experience that for myself. When I talk about it, it won't just be a thing of just quoting the Bible, but it will actually be my real life experience, that I experienced God being with me through darkness, through the valley. He was with me, and he's with you as well. And, you know, honestly, God will take us through hard times and through hard things, where you pray and you ask God, like, take me out of this. Why am I still in this? Why am I going through this still? I don't want to experience this. This is not good for me. I'm not okay. And it seems like he's not answering you. It seems like he's allowing you to be there, and it seems cruel. But I promise you that he knows what he's doing. He knows what you can handle, what you need. He knows. And as a father who knows, and as us as children, like, we can confide in him. We can just rest in him, not having the answers, and just trusting that, like, whatever we're going through is necessary for who we are, is necessary for his plan, and it's going to be good for us. And in hindsight, so Noelle's now 3. In hindsight, I'm so grateful, honestly, that I've gone through that hard, dark time, because I can relate to people who are currently there. I can say, I know what that is, and you're not alone there. I know what that is, and God's gonna pull you out. God has a plan for you. God's doing something on the inside of you. He's anchoring you. He's doing all these things, and I can now speak to that place because I've been there. And the reality is, people are in these dark places. People are in darkness all around us, but he has believers. He has people that he has drawn to himself. And if we can just turn to him, if we can just rely on him and abide on him to make it through these things, then, like, we can truly be effective in the earth. We pray to him and we say, God, use us. God, equip us. God, send us out. God, use us. God, give us a story. And then we are confused when we're in darkness and when we're in hard stuff. But, like, he has to equip us. He has to train us and to teach us, and we have to be able to gain these truths for ourselves, not just regurgitating the things that we've heard, but, like, actually having real life accounts of the goodness of God. And those are the things that really impact people. Those are the things that really save others, because maybe somebody else that doesn't have somebody who's going to tell them, hey, pray this scripture, or hey, declare this over yourself so that you don't make it through. Maybe somebody doesn't have somebody who will say, don't partner with these death ideas or with these negativities, but believe and declare the truth over yourself. Maybe somebody doesn't have the tools, but you know God enough, thankfully, to learn the tools, or to be around people who will teach those tools to you. And now you can use those as stepping stones and as a help for other people who are going through things. And even for generations that's coming after you, you'll be able to teach your children, and to just let your family know, like, help them through their dark, like, you don't know how much you become a weapon for the hand of God whenever you go through, allow him to process you to become, like, this strong tool for him. We never know, like, what his ultimate plan for our lives is. Like, we might know bits and pieces, and we might know parts, you know, we might know in part, but we never know fully how he wants to use us. And so we can only rely on him, and it takes away the pressure of having to get it right, having to know everything, having to do all these things. Like, it's not even that. Release yourself from that part. It's, I gotta abide with him. I gotta just rely on him. I have to just talk with him, and he's gonna not only lead me through this and I'm gonna be okay, but he's gonna use me and what I've been through to save his people. Remember that God has the ultimate plan of salvation for his people. He has the plan of eternity with his people. And so, yeah, we're going through things, and we have our wants and desires, but that's his mission, is for his people to live in eternity with him. And so if you say you're a believer and you say, like, you're yielded to him and you're surrendered, like, he's gonna use you and equip you to do just that, to carry out that plan. And it's gonna be dark. It was dark for Jesus. It's gonna be hard. It was hard for Jesus. It's gonna be suffering. There's gonna be persecution. People are gonna come for you. People are going to attack you. The enemy will attack you. There's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be fun and dandy all the time, but that process, you're not alone in it, one, and that process is making you strong. That process is making you powerful. It's giving you authority in the spirit. It is building you up, building up your inner man, building your faith. And that's way more valuable. That's way more valuable than the things of this world. That's way more, it holds way more weight than we think it does. And so I want to encourage you, like, just to keep pushing, press into God. Just find that place where you can hear God, you can feel God, you can see him. If you can, press into that place, or just simply turn your gaze towards him in order to just get peace daily. And as long as you stay next to him, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna make it through. You're gonna be good. People around you are gonna be good. Like, you're gonna be good. And you'll be better for it. But endure the process. Endure and do not faint. Don't lose heart, but keep going. And so for every person who is going through a dark time, for every person who is just not okay, maybe you're depressed, maybe you have anxiety, maybe you're sad, maybe you're discouraged, maybe you are frustrated and upset. I've been all those things in high degrees recently, you know, like I've been through those things, and I can testify and I can say that lean on God. Maybe you don't have nothing good to say. Play the worship music. Speak the word over yourself. Have the Bible, let it be, you can play the audio where it just reads out loud. Press into God, because honestly, he has the answers. He will redeem you, protect you, cover you, and you're gonna get through this. Like, I honestly would never expect for me, one, to come back to the channel, but two, to like be talking about this very dark phase that I went through from a place of victory. I would never have imagined that when I was pregnant, or even a little bit after I gave birth and stuff. I would never imagine, like, just the place of peace that he would bring me to. And so he will and is going to do the same thing for you. But stick in there, stand firm, endure. And again, you are never alone. If you don't have anybody to talk to out like at your home or to support you, I want to hear from you. I want to talk with you. I'll connect with you in the comments, or I'll put my email in the bio. We can talk. I can be here for you as well. We'll pray for you, and you know, we're all in this together. Anyway, you know, you're not alone. And so I hope that was encouraging to you. I hope that you took something from that very long story, and that you were impacted in some way. If you were, let me know in the comments. Please like, share this video with somebody who needs it. And I love you guys. None of my business now. Y'all are my business. But I'll see you guys next week.